Man, this is lifestyles of the poor and unfucking fortunate. But I tell you what, bitch, we got views.
I got some shit to say to the podcast, man. We're back like we don't stop because we never do. What day is it? My name is...
Fuck you, Squints.
That's right, R.I.P.
Whizzle fizzle.
Forever and always. With me, as always, mi compadre, mi amigo.
ChadArmesTV.com.
That guy.
Yep.
With us tonight. First off, fucking fan mode. Squints is in fan mode tonight.
For sure, man.
Chad's in fan mode as well. This kid over here, a lot of you probably don't recognize him by face, but that's fucking awesome that you don't. But the kid's making noise out here on some music shit and has been making so much noise behind the scenes for so many years. It's unbelievable. But we have Logan Garrett with us tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get you a fucking round of applause before I drop everything. Sorry, guys. There it is. That's for Logan Garrett.
There it is.
And we'll hit him with the...
DJ Logan Garrett. Yeah.
Oh, damn,
Yeah.
you got that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Shout out Dolph.
Man.
Yeah, R.I.P. man.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
DJ Logan Garrett. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm proud to have that one.
I bet
that's
you
dope,
are.
man.
It's the homie.
So, Logan Garrett, he is a employee of Grindhard Entertainment. I guess I could say that.
Yeah,
he's one of your local favorite DJs that spins at our Nashville streets once or twice a week. Can I say that?
That's fair.
Awesome. He manages some of probably your favorite hip hop artists.
Easily.
Yeah.
But you probably didn't know that.
Yeah.
And what else we got? He's a fucking amazing fucking composer and artist in the say it.
Electronic music genre.
There it
Yeah.
goes.
Boom.
I
One of
do
those.
not rap yet.
Right. You throw that yeah.
That's
in
the
there.
best part. So Logan currently has a few singles out for the world right now, right?
Yeah.
One featuring Roscoe Dash. I'm sure all of you remember Roscoe Dash.
Yeah, man.
How could you forget? Fucking anthem to this day. You can't go to any fucking relative concert or comedy special and them not play it prior to the show.
Yeah.
A comedy special?
Yeah, comedy special.
They play No Hands at a comedy show?
They'll play records before the artists come out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Shout out DJ Coop.
Yeah,
But that's that's how they
it's one of the biggest songs ever. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
love
what
it.
made me
And
do
then his latest work is with Rich Kid.
Boy.
Rich Boy.
Rich Boy.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Throw some
Banger.
D's on it. Y'all remember that shit? Y'all
Yeah,
have
man. They got a new banger. We'll put the links in the description too if you ought to check them out and subscribe to him and all that good
to.
stuff.
Fucking slapper.
Yeah, man. You want to get into that, Logan? You want to talk
Yeah,
about
I
that?
appreciate that. Yeah, that's what I want to kick off with.
Yeah.
So I've been like producing and working in like the music space for a minute, and I have a lot of connections in the hip hop space from previous things, and from producing, I like over the span of COVID, what a pivotal thing for all of us that we all bring up all the time or whatever.
Right.
But I got a lot more into producing, and I started listening to a lot of different stuff because I wasn't DJing as often. And that put me into going into a lot more like underground electronic shows and checking out that scene, which admittingly, like, that's not something I was super in tune with. Like, I was in tune with the top tier stuff when I was playing that. But like, man, if I'm playing on Broadway and I play like a Skrillex record as a good example.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like 5 years ago, people would have been like, what the hell are you doing?
But do it now, and what
Police
do you
stuff.
get?
No, it's great.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's really changed over the past few years, especially with like these subgenres like house music, which I'll talk about that in a second too.
Yeah.
But I was at a festival.
Not that guy.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
you
bad.
good.
He
You
don't-
good. You good.
He
You
don't
good.
move like that.
You good.
Bad.
I can't handle
Natural.
Yeah.
And so I was at a festival. Shout out to Soundhaven, really cool underground bass music thing that happens here. And I'd already noticed this, but this was like a big moment where someone played a remix that had Throw Some D's on it. And people do that all the time. It's like one of the most remixed songs ever in that space. But I was like, shit, I know Rich Boy. I bet that he would do this. So
Flex.
I like got the right record together and just reached out to him and, you know, set that up. And he did it, and he was stoked about it. We shot the video. Please watch it on YouTube.
Yeah,
And,
we'll make sure it's in the
dope.
Yeah, for sure.
section below
Dope.
for a link for them to check it out.
And so that was really cool, and I was really happy with how that record came out. And I turned
Slapping.
around- Yeah, man,
That shit's
it's
fucking
great.
slapping, dude.
Yeah.
I love it. I haven't gotten tired of it, and I thought I would. And so I already had that one done, and I did a college show in Mississippi with Roscoe Dash, and he was cool. I linked
Is that
up with,
is that sorry to stop you? Is that
Yeah,
where
yeah.
the footage for that video was?
that is
Dope.
Yeah. So
we'll make sure that video is listed below too.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
for
that
sure.
one was cool, and that was just kind of threw together like my friend filmed on his iPhone. funny enough.
Shout out to iPhone
Bunch
footage.
of footage, and I just threw it together in a video software, and we had, a makeshift video. And that record was cool too. And then I guess this would be a good time to share this. I've got one coming out next month. It's a collab with one of my DJ producer homies named Subrents. And it features Gorilla Zoe.
Gorilla, Gorilla Zoe is one of my
You and Don both.
Me and Don both are. I'm huge.
You know
fan
Don
of Gorilla
Green,
Zoe.
Lex
So is
Top
Leroy.
Dollar.
We all
know
three.
the rap name.
Yeah, he's part of the show as well.
Okay,
we have 5 core guests. We just sort of alternate out in and out. Me and Chad keep it moving majority of the time, but the other 3 hosts they sort of in and out whenever they can. But they're busy guys as well. So
Gorilla Zoe has always been.
I knew that was going to hit different. I didn't know that. But
him and Zero are like 2 artists that are some of my favorite artists that are so underrated. I feel like I remember back when Zoe dropped that. In that 1 month, he dropped a mixtape on Dat Piff every day for the whole month, bro. It was crazy.
I don't know how he did that.
I don't know how he did it either, dude. But that makes me hype as hell. Because I'm a huge fan of Gorilla Zoe. I love to see that he's still doing stuff.
Yeah, dude, he's great. He's been awesome over the years. I used to do some college shows with him, and
visual with him too.
I don't have one, but this record it's a house record, which is a more like clubby vibe than the other ones.
That's what I was going to ask. What's the difference?
It's like the tempo, I'd say, is the biggest thing, and then it's like a subgenre thing. And so this is the one that like all the DJs are going to be able to play in all of their sets, no matter where they are.
Cool.
Because he really understood the assignment. Very, very well. I'll play it for when we get done with this.
Ooh, I can't wait.
And but yeah, so that's super exciting, and
I'm excited about it. Fuck, that's dope as fuck, bro.
Yeah. So I kind of like found a pocket where I didn't want to. I guess I should. I don't know murder beats, so I can say this. I didn't want to like be a murder beats or
for sure.
When was the last time you saw a hip hop producer play a real music festival? Like, I mean, they do, but a lot of times they have like their own.
Yeah.
Lil Jon,
things.
maybe.
But
that's his role the whole time. He's always played records.
Yeah, well, and Lil Jon's like such a personality too.
Right.
That's like I've seen DJ Drama play huge things or DJ Khaled.
Of that genre? Not of like your particular.
No, my genre. No. Oh yeah.
You're just about
I
music
meant
festivals.
just like in general, like like whoever produced whatever the biggest 21 Savage record is today. I'm not aware of who that is, or if they're playing
Probably is Murder
Coachella,
Beats,
and they might be, and I'm totally sleeping on it too.
Right. I see what you mean, though.
And I was having a lot more fun. These weird like music genres in the electronic world are like really interesting. So I'm like tapping into pulling elements from the underground to where like if I played you the music that inspired the songs that I'm making, you might not like it as much or be as open to it. And trying to like create things that like someone who likes hip hop or is just like a random dude that likes music can like consume it and like it and enjoy it and it not be too abrasive. It's a great like introduction for people to that space.
For sure.
No,
I totally agree with that statement 1,000,000%.
Yeah.
As being a consumer sitting in this chair, like if we just turn the camera off and I'm just sitting here and you're pitching me that record, how you just did, I would totally agree. Not all those records slap me across the face like some of them. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that Rich Boy joint does.
Yeah, man.
That motherfucker's ticking, dude. I'm trying to tell you. And everybody I put on it, you watch them.
How's the response for like when you played it?
Dude, it's so cool.
Yeah.
So
It's how long? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
The audio to the visual. How long has the audio been out opposed to the visual?
the visual
3
came
weeks.
out 2 or 3 weeks after. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I thought they were gonna drop at the same time, but man, that video was so tedious.
I
turned out
bet,
good, though,
dude.
man.
It's amazing.
Man.
We've sat over here like,
Yeah, it was dope. It was just
Man,
it was a
appreciate
really original, like cool idea. It kind of reminded me of like something you would see, like a Lyrical Lemonade type of vibe to it.
Yeah, that's
I
what
just love
was
graphics.
going
Yeah, it was
for.
dope, bro.
And
I liked
just
it.
Doing something like I wanted to be able to. I don't know that I can crank out visuals to every song that I'm gonna do. You know,
Yeah.
I want the music to kind of speak for itself at times, but like that visual was really big just to get. It was one of the first records that I put out, so for people to visually see like Rich Boy participating and like engaging with like the weirdness too of like me running around on Heelys or like
so dope. I commented on the video. I said, shout out to the Heelys. I need them Heelys.
yeah, I saw that. I saw that. Yeah, they reached out. I'm hoping that turns into something.
Fuck
That'd
yes.
be dope, dude. Well, and having him in the video, I see what you mean there, because that gives you that extra cosign, I guess you could say, that not only did he do the record for you, but he's like that makes it cooler. You know what I'm saying?
Whenever like pitching it to blogs and things, like the publicist I worked with on it, he was like, man, this is like a cakewalk because people are interested versus like, hey, check out my song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the relevancy of Rich Boy alone, the
Yeah.
curiosity of a consumer, like, oh shit, Rich Boy, where the fuck he been?
Yeah.
It's kind of that vibe, unfortunately. Like, you know, he probably does have more like recent projects and mixtapes and that kind of shit, but I'm not tapped in the mixtape world.
Not
like
a whole lot. It's kind of surprising to me.
Really?
And I probably should encourage that of him because it's
Well, hopefully this will, man. Maybe this will get him wanting to do more stuff again. You know,
and maybe,
hopefully.
and I'm hoping too that it'll, you know, maybe it'll catch the ear of someone bigger in the electronic space, and they'll.
I don't see how it couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
that's what I thought,
every
too.
time that I see artists tap into that shit, like DJ Paul. DJ Paul's tapped into that space.
Yeah.
Lil Jon, we spoke on. Shaq. There's been like
Yeah,
celebrities
Shaq's-
and people that tap into that space, like playing with it.
Yeah.
And then now they're absorbed in it. Like now they are like fully participant.
Shaq's one of the most active, like heaviest in terms of like extremes of type of music in the scene,
Wow.
and he's good at it.
Wow, cool. I've seen him. I've seen footage, and it was like surreal as
He
fuck.
plays
Yeah, dude.
crazy heavy music. It's really
The
cool.
fucking crowd was so deep, bro.
And
I mean,
he's so into it. It's so cool to see Shaq. Like, that just shows how passionate he is about that because Shaq's got so much
money.
money from all these, and you know what I'm saying? He doesn't have to go out and DJ, bro.
Well, why
That
not?
but that just shows how much he loves it. You can tell he's having a good ass time, and the shows that I've seen him clips of, you can just tell it's just fun.
Dude, it's
a fun
such a
environment.
fun lane.
You know what scares me about that lane?
The drugs.
The drugs. Because
Yeah,
I like
man.
drugs.
Well, that could be your downfall then.
You know what I
like
mean?
drugs.
So I like steer away from it. Like, especially like
Yeah.
back when, because I'm old, guys. Like, don't think I'm over here just fucking eating drugs. Like, that's not my point. Like, but
Right.
when I was kicking it, when I was active on like scenes and shit, where you would see me at a party,
Yeah.
I was probably under the influence of something illegal. And but that was me because I'd tap into that shit. I'd fucking explore that
Really?
shit. I'm that guy.
Man, moderation's everything.
Right?
You know? But I agree with that completely.
Yeah, I'm trying to go to Joshua Tree before my life's over.
Man, that sounds cool. And you just gotta be careful about that stuff. It's worth saying out loud. To
Absolutely.
anybody watching this, it's
Sure.
not all fun and games out there.
No.
for sure. And you can't.
I've been to a couple of those things over my lifespan where I've experienced those evenings sometimes where,
Yeah.
you know, you come out and it's fucking 8 in the morning and the sun's up and shit. And it's like, oh, where have I been? And I've been there, but it was a long time ago. And that's sad.
Yeah.
I like to go to a Logan show, but
Man, you'll have to come to one tomorrow night.
Where?
At Whiskey Row. Even though today's April 25th. So
yeah, we'll try to put
we
this
say
out
that? We say
relatively
the day?
close. It don't
Okay.
matter. It
Well,
really
every
don't.
Tuesday for the rest of the summer, I'm
There
you
on
go.
the Whiskey Row rooftop.
There you go, boom.
In Nashville.
So
How long you
y'all
been
in
there?
Man, on and off for like less than a year now. So I bounce around all over the city.
I see you.
and,
Have over the years.
I try to get out regionally too. So I do a lot of college shows across the southeast.
Like
and-
tours and shit.
Yeah. Or I'll drop a little humble brag real quick. I opened for Kygo in March at South by Southwest at an amphitheater for like thousands of people.
Oh man, how was that?
Austin. Dude, it was such a fulfilling,
Yeah.
like, it's something I've always wanted to do. And it wasn't, don't get me wrong, like, I wasn't right before him. It wasn't full. Like, I didn't have any production.
But
Yeah.
They didn't even run the lights. But it was still, like, the largest crowd that I've played for where it was just me.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done a lot of shows with Starlito where it was, like we did Rolling Loud and lots of things.
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
Much larger. But yeah, man, that was a really cool experience. And I got to play a lot of the music that I'm talking about now.
Dope,
You know,
dude.
those
That's dope. You got
electronic-
that out.
Yeah, and
Good
they're
opportunity.
really fun. So, but yeah, I guess we could. Yeah, there's that note on the electronics.
But I love the electronic stuff. I love how you're taking off with that. I love how you are embracing, like you find like joy in that, obviously.
Yeah. Well,
And
a huge thing that makes me love it is that, you know, I'm learning from a lot of these other guys that are in this space and stuff, and the advantage, maybe you'll say, in the lane that I'm going into is that I understand hip hop a lot more than a lot of people that produce electronic music and
Right.
things.
Yeah.
And so I'm able to kind of like merge the two a little bit differently, or it's definitely a strong point of mine that, or I use a lot of the like things that I do for marketing hip hop for this stuff. So like you'll go to a hip hop website and like I'm the only electronic DJ on there.
this is the most interested I've ever been in a guest ever, Chad.
Yeah. That's. I mean, he's talking that shit, dude.
I just realized I was staring over at Logan for like a 45-second drop, just listening to him. And I'm like, oh, fuck, we're doing a show.
Yeah, we're doing a podcast.
Oh, yeah, we can look at the camera, too.
Right. It's right. We
It's all
never
good.
do. We watch the monitor. They ask what we're watching the whole time, like we're watching a movie or some shit. It's weird. But, yeah, dude, for years, I've seen you, to see you go down the avenue you're going now and tapping into some of the resources you've obtained over the years. I've seen you grinding in a completely different aspect.
Yes, which that'll be the next thing that we get into.
I'm ready for
But
it.
that's, I guess, yeah, that next part is kind of the beauty of, and I'm sure it's frustrating to some people that want to be in the same space too. But I understand, or I'm tapped in hip hop, so it creates like contacts and things.
Opportunity.
And, I mean, if I can market a hip hop record, then I can market a hip hop record that.
Yeah, you can
kinda
sell
weird.
a record. And to be able to spit that shit, to talk that game and to be like, listen, if we do it like this, with these tools, and we.
Yeah, and that's right.
If you can get that pitch out, boy, sky's the limit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
and it's just gonna take time and like consistency. You know,
Yeah.
it's building blocks too. It's not. I mean, I'd love to have like a hit that goes crazy, but none of that stuff's really real.
Oh,
anymore.
dude, compared
It's
to
all
the first 2
calculated.
singles I've heard within the last 3 months, Logan, like, there's no fucking way that won't come sooner than you think.
Yeah, just
Sure.
keep doing what you're doing, dog.
right.
You- like you're doing them building blocks, like you just said. That's all all these are right now.
If I haven't said it yet to the show, I've never met this dude in my life.
Yeah.
But I've known him through social media for a number of years. I think I've reached out to him a handful of times over the years.
Damn, my
And
bad.
so it's all good, bro.
Yeah.
To where I would salute the movement. It's not like I'd be like, hey,
Yeah, it
man, what's
wouldn't
your
be
favorite color?
just saying what's up.
It's
Yeah.
I would literally throw like a 100 on something or a fucking, whatever the case may have been. But I have seen you move in this city for a long time.
Yeah, so let's get into that.
Yeah, it's fun when I. So currently, Logan is the manager of. Who do you manage on a daily basis?
Yeah.
or on
I
some
guess-
sense.
Yeah, in some sense, I am at any point in time working on anything that's with Grind Hard.
Mm-hmm. Shout out Grind Hard.
So if for anyone that doesn't know, that's Starlito's imprint, label, merchandise, grindhard.com. And
Yeah, he brought us some lighters. He brought me a pair of socks.
yeah,
I got some socks, man. They're so fire. These,
Yeah, buy some merch, grindhard.com.
these are fire, dog, for sure.
Yeah, grindhard.com all fucking day. Them motherfuckers are
Yeah,
fire.
those are dope.
I literally commented on them earlier. Go ahead, though. Sorry.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I mean, every aspect of that, we're very, very independent, and I think people even don't realize how independent we are. We have a very, very small team, and it's great to operate that way.
Absolutely, man. A
and
lot
then
less overhead, for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. And then
And the whole time I've seen that team in my life, being from Nashville and being as old as I am, I've seen you with that crowd pretty much the whole time.
pretty much from when I started, yeah,
Yeah.
I would say so.
Like you was always there.
Yeah, I as soon as I like got going in Nashville and I got into like, really tapped in with hip hop enough to be aware of who I needed to connect with, I became such a fan of Stars that, I mean, I would make the argument that he really didn't have a choice but to work with me.
Right.
I was just going to annoy him and show up until he did.
Hey, it worked, man.
And then, but artist-wise on the Grind Hard imprint, we've got Starlito, Don Tripp. We work with super closely.
Shout
with
out
the
Tripp.
Step Brothers, and
Yeah,
man,
man.
I'm working with Tripp.
Are we getting another Step
daily.
Brothers? Can you tell us that? We
Step
have asked
Brothers-
that. We asked Trap. He couldn't tell us.
Step Brothers for Life is probably something that you will see in the near future. You'll
all you
have
gotta
to
say.
check
Oh,
in
yeah.
with them on
No, for sure.
Gotcha.
that.
Just so we know it's coming.
But it would be crazy to not do a fourth one. But
man.
with the track record that we have, and I'll say like my super high end of involvement was like I finished college right before Step Brothers 3 came out.
Yeah.
So I mean I was involved with lots and lots of other things leading up to that, but that was like the most involved. But man, we've got a lot to live up to.
No, I already know, man.
Really
Yeah.
gotta nail that fourth one.
Yeah.
Yes, we've got Starlito, Don Tripp, Trapper Mandale, who's from
Shout
here.
out Trap.
He's awesome. Yeah,
our
that's
guy.
how I connected with you guys.
For
Absolutely.
sure. Absolutely, man.
Y'all have heard us speak of Logan before. He's finally
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, Trap. This is
That's
the
me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
was
that's
the
that
plug.
guy.
That was Trap.
And then we've got Red Dot.
Shout out
It's a
Dot.
homie.
Yeah, man.
Red's a ton of fun. And
Yeah.
then the Landlord out of Las Vegas.
He's a beast too, dog.
So I don't know that one.
I watched his music videos through y'all's YouTube channel.
Okay.
He's dope, man.
He's really cool. Yeah, check him out.
What's
And
in that title name? What's his name?
The Landlord.
The Landlord.
Yeah, he's dope.
THA space Landlord.
I think
Yeah.
Chad has told me about him before,
Yeah,
but I don't
man.
think I've ever heard any of his
He's dope.
material.
And then Mob Squad Nard.
Yeah, he's dope too, man.
I've heard that name.
He's out of Jacksonville, Florida. I've got a crazy record with him. I'm gonna put out eventually too.
Oh,
But
yeah.
he's Mob Squad Nard is definitely one of the most interesting and coolest rappers that I've ever listened to.
Ooh,
Yeah, he's
fun
dope.
fact.
He's dope.
Yeah,
dude.
like
He's dope.
in whatever the strongest way that I can co-sign, like being a fan of a rapper, he gets that.
Yeah, there's an artist that I noticed within the last month or two that I saw y'all network, that I saw Lito and a lot of other people networking with, and I can't remember the guy's name. But
Troy Money.
Troy
probably.
Money, yeah.
I should have included him.
okay, is he part of?
Yeah, he's working with us directly.
He's dope
got,
too, bro. I saw him on y'all's post and stuff.
Yeah, he's the homie, man. He just got back active with music recently, and
Yeah.
he's got an album he put out that's doing well. And then he's got a whole project with. I don't know if I can say that.
Well, you ain't got to say it.
No, we can say it. I'm sure it'll be okay. He's got a whole project with Starlito that's gonna come out. So
Oh,
like
dude, hell yeah, dude.
like a collab album.
That's dope.
So yeah,
That's dope.
I think Starlito, aside from your role with his brand and all that over the years, the way he moves is one of the most interesting moves. The way the guy moves and the way he stays relevant, I think, is absolutely amazing.
it's very interesting because I've learned a lot from working with him, and it's such a organic and like natural take on everything, and it's so like not swayed by like clout or
Right. I mean, it's
perception
clear
or-
that man was put on this earth to do what he does. Like it's like his calling. Like I couldn't, and I see like what was it called? Chad, the for my foes.
For my foes, yeah.
When that hit, I'm subscribed to Grind Hard online with YouTube, and my bell's on, and I got that shit. And I remember I watched my foes within the first fucking 20, 30 minutes it was up. I think I sent
new
it to
one
Chad.
or
the new one, the new one, the visual.
Yeah, the other one's dope too, but
Yeah, for sure. But the new one, and to see it and just to hear the way he moved on on those records and the visual and all that, it's fucking timeless. And the way that he just, I don't know. I wish he'd make more noise. Is my point. I don't know where I'm going with what I'm saying.
I mean, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? I just think it's almost mesmerizing though to see how he does what he does and has done it that way for so long, and has continued to stay relevant. And no matter what he fucking touches, he shakes the city plus some. You know what I mean? He'll shut the city fucking down with anything. He has a show or an appearance or just pulls up somewhere. The motherfuckers are, I mean, he's a star.
literally.
And it's almost like he could put out records and go number one and be like, fuck, he should be like a mainstream artist at this point in his career, at this deep in his career.
Yeah.
And it's like,
He's in a lot of people's top fives. Like,
he's never like, he's got to fucking know that. Like, there's no fucking, you can't.
It's not a secret.
You can't do numbers like that. You can't fucking take however long off, months off, weeks off, whatever, and then say, hey, here comes something. Not even say it's coming. Just fucking say upload.
made a little post, just the little graphic. Yeah, letting people know it's happening.
Yeah,
And
I made that graphic in my car on my computer.
Fuck
dope.
yeah,
That's
shout out
dope.
Logan.
Yeah.
But that's what's so cool is that like we
I
don't
love
need
it.
it
Nothing.
doesn't have to be a perceptive, fake, crazy. You don't
No,
need a
man.
narrative. It's just,
He's got that
and it's
fan base.
fans. Yeah,
Name one more human being that could do that. Please.
I don't know, man. I mean, I just know I love what he's.
That's hard.
I love what he's.
Unless somebody like is relevant worldwide, like Drake or fucking Justin Bieber, somebody that the world is just infatuated with and has been for a number of years, to where they would feel the same way. But if you are at all ever said, man, I like that Starlito dude or All Star or however the fuck you ever heard him, you were. Next time you get that opportunity, you're all fucking over it.
Yeah.
And he limits us with that shit.
But that's dope though.
Love it.
Yeah.
Part of the game too.
Yeah.
I love
That's
it.
part of why people are like the way you're reacting to. That's because of
We don't talk about
the
it
way that he limits it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that, part of what you're expressing that so many people have expressed to me is like, man, why is he not bigger? Right? Or like, why is he not like,
He just didn't choose that lane.
well, and I guess it's worth noting that like Nashville's probably our 20th to 30th market in the United States.
And
Fun fact.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
So
That is crazy.
He kind of is in some spaces.
No, yeah, for sure.
You know, and then even past that, it's both of you guys have done music.
Yeah.
Do you want to be Drake?
I don't. Absolutely not. No.
Or
Squincy's gonna say yeah, probably, but not me.
put like
At
a
one time in my life, I did.
Yeah,
I think I
believe
did.
that.
You know what
but
I mean?
right, like now in hindsight, like maybe not Drake, but put someone,
Yeah, I totally give it.
You know,
a shot.
I wouldn't want to be Drake, baby. Like any of them dudes. Like, and I love what them dudes do, but I just couldn't.
I used to always say I wanted to be regional.
Regional's dope.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Regional would be cool. Like
Yeah.
just a southeastern wave to be able to go that little portion of the map.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's
Look at
different.
that.
It's different, but
I'd be
like,
curious of that.
but they. I know this Star's got. He's got a big following in Texas, and I noticed that he's. I mean, he put out the album when what was it called? Sorry,
I'm moving to Houston.
Moving to Houston, yeah, because his
Shout out
ties
to
to
Track
Texas. I know he
Sounds.
works. He loves
to who?
doing.
Track Sounds.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Produced the whole album.
He did a lot of collabs with like Killa Calion and a lot of them dudes from Texas, and so I can tell that he's got a lot of love for Texas just by like the collabs and stuff he does. It seems to me, just from a listener standpoint, you know what I mean?
Well, I think in the best, or trying to think of the best way to put this, but like probably cut out those 10 seconds of me thinking. And
No, it's fine, man. Nobody care.
Right. But I think that you don't want to sacrifice like authenticity.
Agreed.
Right, for sure.
And kind of the thing that's like, in my opinion, like defined him for me as like a fan or even like someone in Nashville or that, is aware of him and all of that, is that like, man, when he raps, I really believe every single thing that he says.
No,
Me
for sure.
too.
Yeah,
And I don't know the guy.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I do. And I'm like, damn, for real?
Yeah, and the way that. Go ahead.
I mean that, and just kind of like we haven't gone and sourced a crazy feature in an R&B singer for a hook to make a song about popping
doesn't have to,
bottles
dude.
and
He can
service
do
it
it.
to radio and all. Like, it's just not. And I think that his fan base wouldn't appreciate that either. Like, there's such a like. They're like family.
That's
like,
cool
shout out
to hear
like,
him say
if
that.
You're
Hear
like if
you
you're
say
a
that.
fan, like, we can't do this without you. Thank you so much. Like,
Oh, of course. But to hear you say that you think the fans would not disapprove, but almost frown upon him having a major feature?
I mean, no,
I want to listen. I want to hear Star. So I'm like you. Whenever I listen to a project from him, if he's got features, if it's from like Grind Hard, I'm cool with that. But I don't even need to hear him like with major artists. I just want to hear him rap because he don't rap as much as he used to rap. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think
So-
like a major feature is cool, like if it makes sense.
For sure.
Like, I mean, he has that record with Lil Baby, or like he has a bunch of stuff with Kevin Gates. I would consider those to be
Both
like, major.
the two artists you just named, both shouted out Lito on their albums without having a feature from Lito.
That is true too.
That is the most craziest fucking shit ever. Who the fuck does that? Who is an artist like Lito? That was when I was like spaced out a few minutes ago talking about the shit. That is a perfect example of what's like, God damn, how does he do that? How do you stay that relevant to be on a platform, or to have that much existence presence, to be on Lil Baby's radar, to him shot you out on his intro of his debut album?
Real recognize real, dog.
Exactly.
And I think that's the actual answer there, is that
Yeah.
it's just
It
like
is.
the music's that like authentic and
It
good.
is. But the fact that Lil Baby recognizes that
Yeah.
is amazing. Gates, same story. Gates has shouted out Lito for years.
What's crazy is that the first time because I've got all of his mixtapes, and all his albums and stuff. The first time I ever heard of Young Dolph, R.I.P., and Kevin Gates was through Lito's projects. I had heard of them before. I was like, who's this guy named Kevin Gates? And then it was a feature that he did with Lito years ago. And then I looked up his mixtape, and he was about to sign with Cash Money, and then he didn't. And then it was like, and then Dolph was the same way. I heard of Dolph through Lito. So it was the same. Don Tripp probably too, other than like the song he did about his kid. That's when I first heard of him.
My son, yeah.
Letter to My Son, yeah.
So what year did you link up? What year were we when we linked up with Grind Hard? When did that happen?
So that would have been. So I came out of the gate swinging at like 16 or 17 DJing. I was throwing like teen parties in Murfreesboro and stuff.
Fuck yeah, shout out Rutherford County.
Man, good times. And that was like 2010-ish. And I had a friend that was rapping. He went by Official. OFISHA.
Bro, yeah, the dude that was not, I won't say his gimmick, but like his whole deal was drinking.
It was a whole brand. Yeah. We had the thing called Solo Cup Gang.
Bro, that's all him and Lito did.
Yeah.
So the Nice beat was fire, bro.
Yeah. So
Shout out Nice.
So,
Ate up,
so
yeah.
that record,
Yeah.
and we called him Fish. He doesn't rap anymore, but he's doing well. And but we were moving strategically for we were young and like we were better on tech and stuff, and we had a couple things figured out, so we got a Starlito feature and shot a video, and that was how I met him.
Yeah.
And then Fish was just like around him a lot, and so I just kept popping up, and my little brother was taking pictures. Shout out to Blake. And just kind of like kept popping up at shows and making myself useful. And then I was working downtown at the fairgrounds. I used to where you like go in and pay to park for the flea market.
Sure.
So I was like the guy that would walk up to the car and be like, hey, it's $5. And you'd be like, dude, you're an asshole for charging me to go to the flea market. And I was like, yeah.
Hey, you got to do it.
Hey,
Shout out to the flea market.
Yeah, shout out to the flea market.
I went this past Saturday.
Is it still there?
No, I went to one. I didn't go to one of the fairgrounds. I never go, Logan. This is fucking so off topic, but I went this past Saturday because I'm getting old and I just wanted to like go flip shit and make money.
Yeah.
But I've never went to this one before. No one wanted to go with me.
I definitely didn't want to go. No, I didn't go.
What did I buy, Chad? What's it called?
A luchador mask, like a Rey Mysterio luchador mask.
That's the only thing I bought, Logan.
That's all I bought. He's
Hey,
not
man,
gonna,
it's a good investment.
yeah.
It's amazing. But we're saving that.
You never know when you're going to need
I'll
it.
show it to you before you're going. It's sitting right over there, but it's amazing.
So
That's the
you-
only thing I'll be up.
So you was charging the park for?
Oh yeah. So I
people
was
parking for
there.
market.
Like that was how I like bought my first laptop and a bunch of other fun stuff, right? And I was there, and I think Fish called me. He was like, "Yo, Star needs a DJ for tonight, in I think Illinois. Can you do it?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Fuck
so
yeah,
I went
for
and I
sure.
like just went up to the office and I was like, "Yo, I gotta go. I'll explain this later." When I like grabbed my turntables and went and did the show, and like
It's a good way to get out of work too. I'll
Man,
explain it later.
awesome. Yeah, it worked. And I loved his music, so it wasn't like a challenging thing to be like,
Yeah.
Dope.
I was already DJing, so I'm playing the songs. And that just turned into like doing a lot more shows with him. And
Immediate?
it probably took a little bit. And his shows have always been sporadic. So it'd be like
Reliability.
every other weekend or things like that at times. And that was right when I was in college in Knoxville at UT. And so then I was like,
Shout out UT.
shout out to UT. I was like missing school to do that, but
That's okay.
it worked out. And so I was doing that on and off, and that was cool, and just kind of started creating that relationship to where I was like, man, I grabbed every DJ's email that we've done shows with in the past couple months. Like we should probably hit them up, or those conversations and things like that. And just kind of started tapping into his like online presence, or handling some of these like digital marketing things that I knew when I started working with like Fish, or even before that, I'd say that like I wanted to like tap into that space. And then being a DJ really like opened up that door.
You say you were a student at UT?
Yes.
What was your major?
I did communication studies.
Gotcha.
So that was, they had the lowest GPA requirement for that specific major.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
So like, and another thing too, you being a DJ and also being heavy into like digital marketing, that can't do nothing but help you
Everything.
with what you're doing in that lane. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's starting to make more sense.
And it really helped that I had done it for him, in so many ways, or for Don Tripp, or, Trevor
Well, you were
Mandale.
building a relationship as you were building a brain.
Yeah, exactly. And I was so young, and like I was like Star was able to put me in rooms that I never would have been able to get into.
That
and even
early.
to this day, like I can't even express the like gratitude for like the opportunities that I've been granted because I
of
was
Star.
like, I was like, hey man, we got to do this, whatever that is. And definitely like annoying and like a diehard fan too. But
Yeah.
My
I
bad.
think that's part
I'll
of why.
face the whole blunt, Logan. You got to say something to me.
Oh, no pressure.
I'm so bad about it.
Yeah. But yeah, man, all that's been really cool, and it's been a hell of an experience. Like we've played in, I'd have to count them, but like who knows how many states and cities, and been in the room with. I'm not gonna sit here and name drop, but like everyone's a fan of Starlito. Like
for
it's really cool, and it's like people really like respect our brand and stuff.
Of course.
I'm really proud of like what I mean. Grindhard existed before me. That's important to, you know. But I've been able
But
to.
shout out to Lito for utilizing Logan Garrett for picking you up on a spur of the moment. Hey, I need a DJ. Telling his homie like, hey, I need a DJ. I need a DJ. And his homie going through somebody and somebody going through you, and that small bridge getting built up, but. There wasn't no excuse to keep it going after the fact unless he recognized something that evening that made you relevant moving forward.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you did that yourself, dog.
Yeah,
but
you was just doing what you was doing, and it worked out.
Sure. What year was that?
That, if I'm guessing, like 2000, that would be 11 or 12.
See,
Okay,
come
yeah.
on,
In the
man.
summer.
That is 10 fucking years you have been working or incorporated with this man to where
One of the most prolific rappers of all time.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Catalog's
Hands
amazing,
down.
bro.
Stamped. For
Amazing
sure.
catalog, dude, for sure.
But to be a part of that brand for the past decade and to have the success rate that you guys have and for you to be as relevant as you have, as much as you wanted to be for those 10 years, and then now being a lot more active with all that knowledge, all those fucking hands you shook, emails you got, and utilizing those tools moving forward. Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, man, I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Oh, fucking hey, dude. How could you?
I mean, not just and Star's about to hit 20 years probably next year. I want to say that Volume 1 mixtape dropped in 03. So he finna hit like, I mean, I'm sure he was rapping before that, but he's put in almost 20 years of work, dog, if not. You know what I mean?
Well, here's he is, I looked this up on the way over here because I thought it'd be a fun fact to drop.
Oh.
I wasn't sure of the actual numbers before then, but Starlito is, I think, 7 years younger than 2 Chainz.
Yeah.
And it was only 11 years ago that 2 Chainz changed his name to 2 Chainz from Titty Boy.
Titty Boy.
And was it when
So-
he dropped True Religion?
Yeah.
Yeah, mixtape.
I believe so.
It
Yeah.
was right after Player Circle.
Shout
Yeah.
out to Techniques. And
Yeah, dude.
yeah, and so I just think that if you look at what 2 Chainz has done in the past, even just 7 years,
Yep.
that's worth just acknowledging when we talk about that, you know, although Starlito's been around for a minute, he's still got a future,
Oh, for sure, bro.
without a
If
doubt.
anybody-
Not that anyone's denying
Right.
that. It's just a...
Fuck yeah, he does. I'm
But
telling
what's
you,
crazy-
dude, I would go nuts if something hit the shit tomorrow.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
What's crazy is that like now, 10 years ago, you look at hip hop and rap and you look at it like
Shut up, Mel.
once you hit 30 years old or 35, people would be like, "Oh, it's time to stop doing that." Now that means nothing.
Well, because there's actually a huge trend in music right now where people are not consuming new music and they're listening to old music.
Yep.
It's a lot of why I'm tapping in with nostalgic artists because their like streams are going through the roof. Like,
Yep.
like
that
Gorilla Zoe
wild?
mentioned earlier, he's 1 million monthly listeners on Spotify almost. And
Rich Boy is?
no, Gorilla Zoe.
Oh,
Gorilla
Gorilla Zoe.
Zoe.
My bad.
But
I
Rich
didn't
Boy's
know
got like almost 500,000.
Yeah,
so
for
I
sure.
mean, a very comparable.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah, yeah.
people are listening to them and like it's going up.
Because
And
like them songs that
think-
we
I wouldn't
grew up
think
on,
Gor-
bro.
I think it's a quality thing.
I wouldn't
It
think Gorilla
is.
Zoe had
It
a million,
is.
but that's wild.
I would just because
close.
of the catalog, and he's got a couple of when he was with the whole Young Jock and Bad Boy that probably still like the Hood song that he did. I'm sure is one. If you look on his Spotify, it's
Yeah,
probably
that's the biggest one.
it's his biggest one for sure. That was huge.
But that's to say, people are going and they're listening to the music that they grew up listening to now because
Absolutely.
they have access to it. And like, you know, a lot of the new music that's coming out, it's created so quickly.
And it's just, I don't want to say it's not as good because that's just an opinion, but
Yeah,
like,
it's-
the numbers, like you're saying, I mean,
Well, and
you know,
I think it's also a lot of how people like fall in love with music. I think it's based on where you're at in life.
yeah, for
So
sure.
like where I was in life when we talked about earlier off screen when the Recession came out by Young
Yep.
Jeezy,
Yep.
or like I know where I was when I heard Wiz's Cushion Orange Juice the first time.
yeah,
But I bet that there's a different Jeezy album or a different Wiz album that's that for someone else that's a few years younger.
For
older than
sure.
me.
yeah.
You know?
Mine was Trap or Die for Jeezy,
Right.
Obviously,
And I
yeah.
like that album,
Yeah.
but it wasn't the thing that hit me at that moment in my life that
Right.
was, you know.
And it's probably a lot of it too is just because I'm older than you are. So like when that came out,
I wasn't even listening.
You
to
wasn't
rap.
even listening. So it's a time thing, but still, the Recession's a great album too.
I'm sitting here just stuck because I've never thought about any of this.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, man. We could talk for days.
Yeah, for sure. We'll sit here as long as you want. Trust me. But we need to take a break. I need to take a piss. But other than that, I've never sat here and thought about about how people. Because me, Chad, he knows New Music Friday. How I feel about New Music Friday.
Do you like it?
Love it.
Okay.
Every Friday is a self-tradition that on my way to work, during my day at work, whenever I have the opportunity, I'm going to stop until I check off New Music Friday. Not the playlist on Apple, but everything that I can tap into on New Music Friday. Mm-hmm. Everything. Every genre, every person. If they're on the radar of a main page, top 10, 50 songs, whatever the fuck's listed, I'm tapped in. I'm listening to it.
I'll do the singles for hip hop, like the new singles, and then I look and see if anybody. Me and him disagree on this artist, but I think T Grizzly's fire. He don't really like T Grizzly,
Trash.
but his new album to me is super
That's just
fire.
a personal opinion.
I like his style. I feel
do
like
too.
he helped.
I love the story.
He helped really push that like Detroit, like that quick. I don't really know what you call that genre of production, but
I don't know, but he's the.
You ever
like
heard of
drum and bass,
him like fucking robbing the jewelry store and shit? Not even know allegedly, like he did time. and
really?
shit.
No, that's my first.
Dude.
That's first day out. That's huge. That's huge.
First
record.
day out. See what I'm talking
oh yeah, I know that record.
that's all.
That
Yeah.
whole case, though,
He's talking about the
caught
story, yeah.
To
Oh,
that,
I didn't know what he did.
bruh, I'll send you a link, Logan. A YouTube link that'll it tells the whole story about like what they did. Is it something to do with the jewelry store?
He talks about it in that record. I mean, he breaks it down, but like that was just the most recent album that dropped that I liked. But for the most part, I listen to singles. I'm a big fan of Pusha T.
I like Pusha T.
I think his new album's really cool.
I was gonna ask
we
what you
listened to
thought.
that earlier. I loved it. I thought it was, but Pusha T's he's one of those goats to me, like lyric wise. I've always been a fan of him since
I have
the
not
Clips.
listened to that album yet.
Yeah, but
Actually, I haven't either.
it's dope, bro. Kanye's on a couple, like did some production for some of it. Of course, Pharrell did some. He's got some dope features. Jay-Z's on there. It's a dope album, man. You know.
Do you listen to a lot of things outside the camp?
Me? Yeah.
Or shit you're working on? Or
I try to.
I mean, obviously you're a fucking DJ. You got to listen to shit to stay relevant. But
I think that I define myself as being super, super open format. So like in my DJ sets, if a bar tells me to pick any genre in the world for the next 4 hours, I can do it. And I can do it clean too, which is another thing.
Boom.
But yeah, so I love everything.
I couldn't imagine being a fucking DJ downtown, dog.
It's fun, man. It's
One night a week
exhausting.
is fun.
Well, I've gotten really good at giving tourists what they want.
Because that's all. That's most of what
so
it
it's
is.
easy.
During the week, yeah.
Yeah,
It's tourists.
Well, and even on the weekend too, it's mostly
Really?
like I play at Old Red, Blake Shelton's bar a lot, and that's just like girls in pink cowboy hats and like
Bridesmaids
and
and
guys
shit.
from Ohio. But like they're cool. It's just there's just like a formula of like here's the 50 songs that they know every word to, and like throw some stuff in there in the middle and have fun with it. But like as long as I don't sway too far from that, then I stay employed. So
That's what it's about, man. And
You
plus,
know,
it's helping you do what you know.
yeah, it grows. Like I
sure.
gain a lot of traction.
Especially with tourists in town. If they're not too trash and they ask who the fucking DJ is, that's got to
all
be
the
a
time,
good look.
man.
You know what I'm saying?
And they take it elsewhere. Like since I've been putting out this music, like I tell them all, like, yeah, man, get on. Like, they want to request a song. I'll be like, yeah.
Have you been able
Spotify,
to? Have you been able to spend some of your newer shit in the clubs?
Yes, but specifically.
Really?
So like the first two records, like the Roscoe Dash record and the Rich Boy one. The Rich Boy one I play a lot. And it's like if it's a high energy place, like even though people don't know it, they like.
Yeah, so I was going to ask, what was the reaction?
Yeah, they Shazam it. It's really cool.
That's
They'll-
dope,
they'll-
dude.
they'll
You can
be
see
like-
that on your Apple Music too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
that's dope.
And
yeah.
they'll like come up and be like, dude,
yeah.
this is. And I'm like, yeah. And then that
cool,
Gorilla
man.
Zoe record is gonna be the most like playable for that space.
Yeah.
I've really like
What and like
built it for that.
going back to like the Gorilla Zoe stuff that when he was doing all those, dude, he was tapping into that kind of like shit then.
He
was dabbling
he
into-
really like understood the assignment.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you ever do anything with Grind Hard as far as on a board or mixing, producing? What does that look like?
So yeah. I'm kinda
Other
glad
than the
that
merch
came up.
rolls, because I know we
Oh,
sort
yeah,
of
I
we're
mean,
jumping
every
all
role.
over the
there's
place,
so
man.
much.
I love it though. As long as you're comfortable with
Yeah,
it,
dude,
we'll
I'm
just
good with
we're
it.
just bouncing, man. Because I'm so interested by some of the things I know you.
yeah,
I
no
know
doubt.
you're around, man.
Like, I mean, I'll mediate, production too of like probably don't want to say this, but like I'll pitch producers to the guys and be like, yo, I've
Yeah.
got beats for these people and stuff, but you know,
You yourself don't make. Do you make?
I do, but a lot of people think this is a fun one. You got like a bell or something.
Yeah,
But
fun fact.
Boom. A lot of people don't realize, like, so I hosted a lot of Stars mixtapes.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure you guys know the difference there, but a
Yeah.
lot of people never really did mixtapes, so they don't know what hosting is, which is like, I mean, the most comparable thing is like DJ Drama,
For sure.
I'd say, but I never talked on them or anything. It was just like my drops.
I get it.
So a lot of people thought that I was producing a lot of those records, which was like really great. I mean, I never said that I did.
Right.
Anything, but,
It was just an assumption.
yeah, but like, you know, people were just like, damn, dude, that Kevin Gates record you just produced is crazy. And I was like, thanks, man.
Right.
I haven't heard it. So, but I mean, since like I've gotten into production and I've made a bunch of different stuff, and I do have a record with Dale. It's called Juneteenth. That's cool.
That one's already out, right?
Yeah,
that one's fire.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
You
yeah.
Chad knows
produced that record.
everything.
Yeah, so but that's like a hip hop record.
No,
that
but you,
yeah.
hell yeah, that's dope, dog.
Chad knows everything when it
dope.
comes
That's
to
dope
music.
that you know that. That
No,
was
for
like
sure.
a deep cut for sure.
No, dude, I follow. Like I was telling Trap, man, I follow all of his stuff. I'm looking forward to the new project. I know he said he's on his.
Yeah, he's
IGs done with
got
it.
one like pretty much done. We just gotta, you know, the creatives of it and stuff.
No, for sure.
We gotta roll it out right. I know, man, it's the worst.
But what's crazy is when it
feel
hits, it don't matter when he does it, dude.
I know, and
Number one, the next day.
but I
when you
feel
wake up.
it as an artist where it's like, man, the moment you get something done, you're like, I want the world to hear this right now.
No,
and
I'm
you gotta
really
sit
bad
there,
about that,
and then you gotta sit there and be like, but actually, we gotta like
Yeah,
roll it out.
we got to roll it. Yeah, there's a, and like we were talking about off camera too, which I'm figuring out is working better for me than anything I've ever done before. Is singles, singles with visuals every month, sometimes every 2 weeks, like one every 2 weeks, and then one a month and a half later.
Yeah, from like freestyles over here to every. I mean,
Yeah,
we've been applying pressure with Chatty. Chatty's
the
been
move, man.
Chatty's been going hard on him,
Telling
man.
you.
especially since we're shooting them with the iPhone and then just sending footage to my guy Legacy to edit. It makes it a lot easier.
The videos look good too.
Yeah, bro, appreciate it, man. Yeah, like I said, it was it's crazy how it is. You know, like when going back in kind of like the archives of the ChadArmesTV interviews. Sunny Paradise, it was with Street Flavor Records back in the late 90s, early 2000s. He was talking about when they were shooting videos, it would cost $20,000-$30,000
Racks.
for a music video.
Yeah.
When I interviewed Lil
Crack
White,
this
he
door
said his
before I smoke y'all out, man. I'm smoking.
when we were shooting the Lil White interview, he said that the I Show Will video was $30,000,
I believe it.
and it looked like it was filmed on a flip phone because it wasn't HD. You know what I'm saying?
And YouTube wasn't even
No, it was all.
Yeah, it's like for
MTV.
what? Try to
It
get it to MTV or put it on a
AVT,
DVD,
the box, or whatever.
like a
if
box
they would
set.
pick it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So ultimately, it just goes on a DVD at that point. Like
Yeah.
it's like a music CD that has like a second disc that has the music videos on it or some shit. Like that used to be a thing.
Imagine spending $30,000 a day on something that's
And
only
it was
on a
different though,
DVD.
bro. You was getting $8
That you have
back.
to
Hey,
spend.
hey,
You have
you
to
was
spend
getting
to produce the DVDs. And
as
shit,
Star,
bro.
shit, Star Note. You was
No,
getting
I
you was
know,
getting
yeah.
$8 to $10 back on that disc though.
Or we still sell CDs all
Fuck
the
yeah,
time.
flex,
Grindhard.com.
goddamn it, talk your shit,
Yeah,
Logan.
when I drop the album this year or whatever, but we're gonna get physicals for that because there's still people that buy my
do.
old physical CDs. So
Bro, every week.
it's part of it, man. I mean, it's dope. You know, that's something cool that I'm glad that that's still a thing because I get why it went to digital and it's a lot easier for me as a listener, but as like a nostalgic person with music, I like to have the physical copy too, just to have, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But
You're a fucking collector. I do
Yeah, for
collect
sure.
shit.
People love like tangible things. Which,
yeah, man, they own that. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
it's different.
Which I think kind of spins back to like the creative, or your last question on like the places of involvement is like I would love for one of the next projects for us to print cassette tapes.
Oh, that would be fire,
Because
dude.
like, man, I probably shouldn't give that one out, but like that would
That's
be
a dope idea, bro.
Yeah, and so like things like that are also like a big role that I play and stuff.
Even doing like a limited release, you know what I mean? Just like
Like
some,
if there was 100 and they were like numbered, don't
Signed.
be surprised when you guys see that.
Yeah, dude.
I'm
They're
all
be
over that shit.
expensive.
And then what's going to be even more expensive is a tape player you got to buy to use them.
Yeah.
Think about that. Have y'all seen that shit?
I bet they don't even have them at like
Bro,
Goodwill
boom
now.
boxes, bro, like with the old school shit, Chad, where you put on your shoulder, bro, like the skateboarders in the mid 80s, 87, boom box, right?
Yeah, Alexa's got one
Bruh.
in the studio. For
No
sure.
telling what it's worth. Next time I go over there, I'm gonna take a picture of it and tell them what it's worth. It's probably
Yeah,
worth
it-
fucking, and it'll blow your mind, bro. Like
bro, it was just
retro electronics.
It was just like
Vinyl
the,
turntables.
those
are
ex-
so expensive.
those exclusive, like when
They're
when-
back too, man. They're
when
popping
Nipsey
again.
when Nipsey did that release, what it was like he was selling $100. He sold 1,000 of them, didn't he? He said he like 1,000. It was like, or maybe his casket.
What was it?
When they did the $1,000, the $100 mixtapes, Nipsey Hussle did it back in the day. It was like an exclusive, like I don't know how many he sold, but it was $100 mixtapes.
But the fact what you were speaking on in the form of a cassette,
That'd be sick. But I gotta.
Yeah, his was a CD, but yeah.
People don't probably point this out enough, and I'm gonna fact check it later. See if we have to admit it, but I'm pretty confident in this. Started $100 album first.
Oh, but they even don't. Yeah.
started.
Which one was it? You remember?
It was Mental Warfare.
Oh, okay.
Put it on Bandcamp, and I'll hit you up and tell
Bro,
you for
dude,
sure. But
he would
I'll
drop
reference
shit
the
and I'd miss
dates.
it.
But it was like a thing where it was like that was the PR and things, and then Respect and Props, Nipsey came on and like
No, that's dope. I didn't know that Lito did that because I got it from like the local like mixtape spot in Nashville.
Yeah, at some point that was like the
Yeah.
like the PR move.
Yeah, for sure. That's dope that he did that. I didn't know that. I'd have got one.
Yeah,
just
I
to
always
just to
wanted
have
to
it.
chime into that conversation on Twitter, and I'm like, it's not my place.
No, well, I'm glad you said it on here because I didn't even know that. That's dope though. And he could do that now, and like, especially now with like NFTs being a thing and stuff. That could, I know people are doing that now.
Man, I would talk about that, but
I'll-
people just think it's annoying.
I wanted to ask you
Right.
about it.
Yeah, okay, we could do it.
Yeah.
Here, let's take a leak real quick.
Yeah, let's
Say,
do that.
Let me
I
drop
gotta
you.
think about how to word that one too.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we'll hit these sponsors. We'll be right back. I got to give a huge shout out to my man Mark Gray over at South Nashville Heating and Cooling. They are a new sponsor here at the show, and we're glad
Shout
to
out
have
to
him
Mark.
aboard. He's a longtime supporter of Show Improve Entertainment and a longtime supporter of Chad Arms and Squints, and now is a full-time supporter of the I Got Some Shit to Say podcast, which we fucking love.
Yeah.
They specialize in like quiet HVAC systems and those kind of things, along with any of your HVAC needs.
Mark and him get you good. Mark and him's the plug on the HVACs, man.
Been that way too.
For sure.
Yeah,
I'll let you
again,
boy.
huge shout out to
Throw him up there.
South Nashville Heating and Cooling Company. That's expert design, quality installation, superior service since 1985. Y'all see the name, y'all see the number, y'all see the website. Go check out my guys.
1980. Look here, 1985. That is almost 40 years.
Yeah, shout out to those guys, man. They know what they're doing.
Shout out to Mark Gray, man. South Nashville Heating and Cooling Company.
Also, huge shout out to Gaia Healing out in Mount Juliet, Tennessee. They're at 11998 Lebanon Road. Gaia Healing specializes in any type of cannabis products, medicinal purposes, from lotions to ointments to your Delta 8 gummies to the pens, the cartridges, any of those types of things. Trust me, Gaia Healing, Mount Juliet, Tennessee, they are a one-stop shop for any of those types of needs you may have. They have continuously showed their support for the show from the jump, and they continuously show their support now for the show, and we are forever thankful, and we are forever indebted to Gaia Healing, Mount Juliet, Tennessee. It's I Got Some Shit to Say to podcast, man. We're back. You already know what it is. ChadArmesTV in the building.
DJ Logan Garrett.
That guy's
Yeah.
here too. It's been a good night. It's been an informative night. A very
It's been fun.
Yeah, man.
I'm glad you've had a good time, my friend. Before the break, shout out to the sponsors, but before the break, we started to tap in to NFT space. Now, this is something, let me just, before we get into this is something that we've warned our listeners and watchers that we've been curious about, me especially. But it's so fucking, it's such a wavy space, and you get fucking, feels like you get drift into different directions when this is from self-experience. When I try to tap into these types of discussions, I get fucking lost in the sauce. No clue where I'm going. Where do I put my money? What do I do? And what do I gain? How does it work? Should we talk about NFTs to some idiots like me and Chad? Chad, are you with me?
I'm listening. I'm just waiting.
Man, but I do not have the answers.
I'm not asking for the
Clear my-
answers. I'm not asking
But
for the
yeah, I
answers.
can give you my current take on it with some insight of I'm in the space a little bit, and I'm not the biggest advocate ever for it, for everybody to just go buy all of them.
Got you.
So there's that. A lot of them are really built on like hype, and there is a lot with any like new market. There's gonna take a lot for like correction and like, you know, value to really exist. So like all the people that are like angry about it online, or like all of the weird stuff that's happening, or like the people that are skeptical of it. Yeah, there's a lot of negativity surrounding it. So
about just NFT space, period.
Yeah, because people are really skeptical of it, and then it hasn't like developed.
Well, buying crypto and betting on stocks is one thing.
I don't get why it makes people angry though.
Crypto or
especially as you don't have to do it.
NFT,
You know what I mean?
NFT. I get it. If a person as an investor buys an NFT and doesn't see an immediate gain, maybe that they weren't particularly promised, but yet they expected, I could see where it would start to fucking make some people frown upon. And then them have influence on other people, and that's where those opinions come from.
Yeah.
It's just hearing the stories of people that got fucked on people that bought shit that was worth something, they thought was worth something. And then initially, I mean...
Yeah, and like there's security issues, stuff's getting stolen, and...
Yeah,
Right.
I'm
just-
sure in a
yeah.
digital space that'd be the problem.
Yeah, it's just new tech.
What does NFT stand for?
Non-fungible token.
Gotcha.
So, oh man, this is gonna be fun.
Right. This is a rabbit hole, man.
Yeah, here you go. So, you know, crypto is built on blockchain. And so with crypto, and we were just talking about the metaverse off camera, like things that are built on blockchain are kind of like, man, this is my opinion and perspective. I don't claim to be an expert at all. But it's when it's built on blockchain, it's like more tangible. It's like the closest thing to being real that we have so far in technology. Like you can't actually touch it, but like I can send you an NFT and you can send me one, but I have to send it to somebody. I can't just like delete it because it's been like created in
Okay, it's
the
not like
universe.
a file on your phone or something. You have to be able to actually.
Yeah. And like there may be a way to delete them that I don't know about, but it's like a very like tangible, like the reason there's a lot of fees, which will change with time, but there's a lot of fees for what they call gas, and
See,
it's
this
precisely
is that right there. When it starts talking about feeding blockchains and like gas and like all those fucking shits, I try to I'm talking about independently without any fucking coach or cheerleader. I'm like, all right, how does this shit work?
All right, so think about it this way, in the most simple term, by not overthinking it, gas is, why do you put gas in your car?
Go.
To get from point A to point B, right? So if I told you that, like, you had to get to point B without any gas, what are you going to do?
Walk.
Well, sure, but that's all right. Well, you gotta like. The point is that it's not like the fees aren't like a scam. It's like a thing that has to happen.
It's a toll.
Like it doesn't. It's part of what like creates it, or like like you have to have gas to like write the foundation of
Right.
Like, but yeah, it's super crazy, and I've been working with this collection that's really cool called Board Mummy Waking Up. And
We'll put Logan's
put the
fucking
link down here
Instagrams.
too. Yeah, or if you go to my
below.
website, there's a link to it, logangarrett.com.
Yeah, we'll just put that. Is that got all your socials in there?
Yeah.
So
for
we'll put your website
Yeah, that'll
in there.
work.
Yeah,
That'll
make it easier.
I'll put this on there too.
Yeah.
And but yeah, so and they do some cool stuff where they've got a lot of land in the metaverse, which I can't really explain what that means.
Whole different. See what I'm saying? A whole
Yeah,
different
I don't
fucking
know.
It's a whole
discussion.
different animal for another
Crazy,
time,
dude.
probably.
Whole different thing.
But they're active, and they do some really cool stuff in that space. And like as it moves forward, I'll give the example I just gave you guys of like where I see NFTs or like, you know, these tangible digital things having like value in the future is when they offer some type of like use or space. Like we used Halo as a reference earlier, which is, you know, if Halo said that they were going to sell 100 NFTs that in every Halo game ever, if you own it, then you get unlimited ammo no matter what. then like
those things would be worth $1 million a piece.
Yeah, like I bet even just to flex on their homies and be the guy with unlimited ammo, people would buy them, and if they could resell them, they could sell them.
You would
for
be
more.
branded as one of those players that have that too.
Right. And if Halo was like, hey, yeah, we're for real only ever making 100 of these no matter what. And
They
yeah,
call
even
you
says
like
a
the elites
collective-
or some shit,
Right,
bro. You
right.
get some title with it or something as a player. Like,
Right.
think about that. That's
So,
crazy,
like,
dude.
Is a picture of an animal that looks kind of funny that doesn't do anything for you actually worth who knows what? I don't know. It
Right.
depends on who you ask. Like,
Yeah.
What's his name from Impulsive? Logan Paul. His help me, Chad. His Mike.
I don't know his name. I know who you're talking about. I don't know.
Just
I don't know.
bought
Logan
one of the
Paul
Bored Apes. He bought one for $710,000.
I mean,
yeah, it's
Like last week,
real.
literally, just like a week ago, he bought one. I don't know how many there are. Don't know the purpose. Don't know the.
Yeah, so somebody
plans.
somewhere did something that convinced that guy that was worth that.
Another one, Nelk Boys. Nelk Boys own one of the Bored Apes, and their plans. I'll put this out there because I saw it on the Snap the other day, and I'll just put it out. I don't give a fuck. But their Happy Dad seltzer that I've been drinking the past couple of days, they have a banana flavor coming out. Ooh. And on one side, it brands just like this with a yellow label that says banana, and on the other side is a picture of their ape. That is the first utilization of an ape that I've seen in the physical world that I thought was genius. That only promotes their digital market for their NFT.
yeah.
Does that sound any like I know what I'm talking about?
Kinda.
It sounded really cool on my end.
Pretty good.
Thanks.
I mean, you just proved why they're making theirs worth more money.
Right? They have a platform to do so,
Yeah.
which is genius to me. But Chad, us not knowing shit about crypto or these fucking apes or the NFTs or any of that, like crypto, I'm sort of tapped into, but it's just the digital fucking stock.
What's your favorite one?
Crypto? I'd have to look at my portfolio.
You have a preference? Just say Bitcoin then.
Sure, Bitcoin. What is it?
Bitcoin.
What did you say?
Oh, I don't really. I mean, sure, Bitcoin.
Right. I mean, it's
Algorand's really fast, but it's not doing well.
right. What did you say?
Algorand?
Algorand. And then Ethereum.
Nobody knows how to say it.
The ETH. Chad's like, what the fuck?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
what
just-
do you think, Chad?
I just it's overwhelming. I don't understand any of it.
Chad, what's your take on the depreciating?
Chad's like, can we go back to talking rap, hip hop,
Yeah,
and shit?
I just miss talking about your accolades.
How do you feel about the U.S. dollar's current
I mean-
depreciation state?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I know that the dollar isn't worth near as much as it used to be, but that's the only way I pay for stuff. I guess still I'm behind.
I can't pay for anything.
Yeah,
I'm broke. Hate it.
sell that daggum lighter thing you got from the Nelk Boys.
Yeah, your ashtray.
That's not yet. I'll
Yeah.
wait for that
Gotta
stock
wait.
to go up a little bit.
Yeah, just like the NFTs, you just gotta wait.
That's all that. That's a physical NFT over there. I had no idea that Nelk Boys Full Send merch went like Supreme shit, and I've just recently learned that. That's a fun fact for you,
It's almost as collectible as the Grind Hard merch.
right?
Almost.
Shout out to Logan for the socks and my new lighters. I'm fucking dope.
Socks
So
are
excited
comfy,
about
man.
this. Yeah, I don't doubt it. They're just hard though. I don't know if I want to fuck them up, but I gotta wear them.
Yeah, you gotta wear them. The
For
black
sure.
ones are cool; they last longer, or you just can't see the dirt. But you know,
Those will look dope with like some slides or something for sure.
Hell yeah, something's coming. I don't know, man. I hate to let you out of here.
no, man, it's all good. That was fun.
We just appreciate you coming through, bro. I appreciate the love. Like I said, it started with like I said, I've reached out to you a number of times over the years. That's just because I've seen you and I've just tried to, I guess, be on your radar as much as you were on mine. Mm-hmm. But to see your growth, man, and to see to hear you finally sit down with me, man, is refreshing to me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man,
it's
it's
dope.
cool. It's cool.
It's dope.
But when I reached out to you more currently, and it was through to link up with Trap and to get Trap over here, and you did everything in your capability to make that happen. It happened.
Was he on time?
Absolutely, it was.
He was,
No
yeah,
way.
yeah, he was with
job.
it, yeah,
Yeah.
and same thing. He left and said he felt comfortable and shit, and that's something me and Chad take so much pride in over here at the
Yeah.
show, because that's definitely the platform we try to create. It's just so we can just get a glimpse of what the person really is like.
Yeah.
Without fucking pressing them with questions and shit.
Just because me and him have known each other for 15, 20 years, like we're just at a comfortability level, we're like brothers. So like when we bring somebody in, other than just like the core people, when we bring somebody in, we just try to interact like we always do, but we try to make it.
But don't get it fucked up. We just don't invite anybody over this motherfucker.
Yeah, I figured.
No, man.
I mean, check the past 60-something episodes.
Yeah.
You know, we don't invite.
You guys have had some really cool guests too.
Yeah, man, we appreciate all the support, and we appreciate you coming through. And I'm looking forward to what you got coming up next. And you want to talk about, you want to plug anything else before like anything else from Grind Hard or what you got going on?
Yeah, for sure. Type in my name on whatever you listen to music to and stream it while you sleep, please, on repeat.
Boom, there you go.
When you brand the music, is it DJ Logan Garrett?
It's just
my bad. DJ Logan Garrett or just Logan Garrett?
Just Logan Garrett for the things that I produce. 2 R's, 2 T's on that. I guess it'll probably be in the title too.
Yeah, absolutely,
sure.
It will.
But yeah, check out that stuff. I'm gonna keep that coming. And I play shows all over, so come to one of those. They're on my website too. And yeah, that's the best way to say what's up is in person.
Tell him you seen him on a show.
Man, yeah, tell him. Yeah, tell me you met me here or you saw me here.
That's where I met him.
And then yeah, buy merch from grindhard.com and like continue to listen to those guys, the homies.
Absolutely.
Heck yeah, man.
Well, we'll tell you like we tell every one of them. But like I said, it's a short list of people outside of our immediate type family type scenarios, bro. We invite over here. But once you get that seat, that seat is yours anytime you got some shit to say, bro.
Oh, man.
Please pull the fuck back up, bro. I've loved this conversation on camera and off camera. We've talked for, I mean, we have been here a minute, and Mel hates us. But it's been a great conversation, bro, and I hope you feel the same way.
Yeah,
and,
no, this has been really cool. And it's been a really cool way to, like, kind of share some of my story that I don't usually get to do.
Yeah.
Oh, and I got to shout out Cashville ETC.
Man, love that hat. I've commented that hat.
Nashville Cats.
Shout out to Nashville Cats. I never got to sit in the hot tub in the fucking end zone.
They had a hot tub?
They did.
Dude,
they had a hot tub in the end zone.
I think they're most
kind of is, right?
Yeah, I remember that. I never went to a game, but I remember watching it on TV. The arena football games were fun to watch.
They really were. Shout out to USFL. Me and Chad got to check out some of that. Have you seen the new football league, the USFL? There's a new. We still don't know what day it fucking comes on, but week 2 just happened, and we watched some highlights, and it was fucking amazing.
It looks fun. We're gonna try to like watch it a little bit here and there.
Real football, 100 yards, like real deal. Just looks like NFL, just teams you've never seen.
Dude scored a touchdown and like taunted the other player.
Jeff Fisher's one of the coaches.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so it's gonna be cool to check out. But
you've never heard of any of the players.
Man, I'm campaigning for them to bring back slam ball.
Slam ball.
The trampolines and the basketball.
Oh, yeah. That's a liability issue, man. Motherfuckers got their fucking
stopped, yeah.
For sure.
Dude, arena football, watching arena football was like watching NFL Blitz.
It's like watching Wipeout.
Yeah. It was like watching NFL Blitz.
Shout out Wipeout. That's the one show I would fucking try out for.
Yeah, American Gladiators.
Fuck yes. Bring it back.
That?
Shout out Nitro.
Would you do Wipeout?
Sure. I'd sign a waiver twice. I'm
Which one
down.
is that one? Is that one the one like the obstacle course?
Look, I would do fucking Wipeout, Fear Factor. I would do fucking Amazing Race. What the fuck ever. Bring it on.
Fear Factor.
Let's go.
Shout out
what do you
Joe
want me to
Rogan with
do?
hair.
Eat some rat shit?
You would be a good reality show contestant.
I'm with it. I'm just after the bag, Logan.
I feel you.
I'm here for the bag.
I'm at the bag.
I'm here for the bag, baby. No, Logan's like, hold on, what the fuck's happening? What kind of podcast is this? Welcome to a normal episode. That's the normal type shit we sit here and talk about.
Yeah, that's when me and him are here by ourselves. So yeah, but got it all, man. Streaming platforms all over the place.
Yeah, dude, for sure. Y'all tap the fuck in. All the links are below. Shout out to Logan fucking Garrett, man. We appreciate you, homie. Hope you come back real fucking soon.
Yeah, dude.
In the meantime, it's ChadArmesTV.com. I got some shit to say.com. Chad Arms, Squint615.
LoganGarrett.com.
That's it.
Yeah.
Bow.
Bow.
Bitch, we got views.